Okay. All right, we're live. Welcome to 6G Agenda, the book club. We're back. I'm your host, Andrew. And
I'm
go ahead.
Justin.
Yeah. I'm doing it different because it's not a regular show. So I was like,
Switch it up for the
we'll switch it
lives.
up, dude. Let's switch it up, man.
All right.
Can't always be the same. Welcome back. If anybody's visiting again, we got one pulling up already. That's what's up. Hello. Definitely like, share, all that good stuff. Try to get us out there in the world, But yeah, so we're gonna get right back into what we left off at. We were into the Majesty 12 document, which, if you don't remember from last week, that was a document that Bill Cooper, while he was a naval intelligence officer, came across a document called Majic or Majesty, and it outlined a bunch of crazy shit that we are going to get into. Just a little recap. Here it is. Many years ago, I had access to a set of documents that I eventually realized was the plan for the destruction of the United States of America and the formation of a socialist, totalitarian world government. The plan was contained within a set of top secret documents. So this was called Majesty 12.
Mm.
I do want to point out, Justin, have you ever heard of Majestic?
Majestic
Yeah,
12.
like Majestic 12.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my opinion, Bill Cooper tried to tell us about Majesty 12 because he saw real documents about the destruction of America, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they were called Majesty 12. I believe that they came out with Majestic 12, all about aliens and all that other shit, the Intergalactic Federation and all that shit. I
Yeah.
think all that was just bullshit to cover up what he was trying to talk about.
Mm.
I've kind of thought this for a while. Like, I really think that that was a whitewash, kind of a not a whitewash, but a memory hole of what he tried to talk about, Majesty 12.
You think he
It's
was
pretty
the
crazy.
specific reason?
I think that what he was trying to come out with, they didn't want. So, like, you can't find this document unless you go on his website. So
Yeah.
if you look up Majesty 12 or Majestic, it's always going to pop up the alien Majestic 12.
Mm-hmm.
Try it out. It'll always come out.
I think
Type. Go ahead.
we've proved that theory on the show before. I think it was pretty early on.
We have. And so that's what I mean. Like, yeah, so there's something there, man. Many years ago, he had
Yeah.
access to the set of documents. There was no space between Majesty and 12. He said the term honored the plan placement of the ultimate power in a body of wise men who were often destined to rule as the disciples of a Messiah frontman. So the Messiah will serve as a buffer between the wise men and the sheeple, is what he says. Now, this could be the AIB system. This could be people like Trump. This could be, I don't know. We'll see. So let's get down to where we were because this is super important. Kind of save this for later. We were kind of going through the Art Bell imagery right at the end of the last show, if you remember.
Yeah.
Art Bell, right? Okay. And Art Bell is like where you find, that was the conspiracy podcast, right? Like, or radio show rather, right? That everybody listened to. That's
Yeah.
like a really popular conspiracy radio show. Nobody talks about Bill Cooper's conspiracy radio show. You know what I mean? Like, he was the replacement along with Alex Jones, in my opinion. So this is what he had to say. The conspiracy is racist, considering blacks, Hispanics, and Aboriginal peoples to be inferior races of useless eaters. They believe, or at least profess, that the Anglo and Aryan race is the true Israel. So, in other words, the British Israel and Christian identity is in these Anglophile, is what he calls them. So, what is the Anglo-Saxon? We should look up Anglo-Saxon. Let's get a pure definition of what that is. A Anglo American Saxon, like, what is Anglo? Because I always wonder if anybody knows like what that even means.
Relating to or denoting the German inhabitants of England from their arrival in the 5th century up to the Norman conquest. A
Okay, so
Germanic
Eastern
inhabitant, yeah.
European.
Mm,
Eastern European for sure. So these people have convinced the so-called useless eaters that they are friends of them and benefactors and protectors of them. In the meantime, they plan to enslave these poor people under socialism or eliminate them altogether. And that sounds exactly like Democrats. Because for a long time they've ran major cities, and these major cities have had a major amount of poor populations, and they always get more money every year to like help the homeless and the poor, and they never do it. And
yeah,
if you look back in the Civil War times, the Dixie Party was the Democrat Party, the KKK was on the left. Like that was the Republicans were the Confederates, or I mean, I'm
hmm,
sorry, were the Union rather. The Union was the Republicans, and
yeah,
so the Confederates are the modern day Democrats. So when you think about that, it's like, yeah, they claim to be their savior, but realistically, they're useless eaters to them, and they use them for identity politics that we see every day,
yeah.
and that's kind of what clearly what he's kind of talking about. Pretty wild. Karl Marx was the savior of this communist regime Illuminati because he kind of laid out a political philosophy that adds to this Marxist philosophy of, you know, the haves and the have-nots, and then eventually you're going to have a dictator. So, in this new world that they're trying to build, there will be no individual rights, only privileges, and these will be granted or denied at will by the world super government. So, in other words, the one world government. All property will be owned by the state, and that's the you will own nothing and be happy because you will rent everything you own.
Yeah.
That T-shirt though cost you $1,000 by the time you die, dude. I mean, come on, man. Pair of
Dude,
socks,
imagine
bro.
that.
That's 50 cents a week, bro. You know.
God damn. Imagine that. You have
I
to fill
mean,
up your fucking gas tank or something. You're paying that off for the rest of your life.
yeah, and I was just watching I don't know if you watched the Joe Rogan episode with the Anduril owner of Anduril, which is that weapons company that we talked about on here before that got the one of the bids for the big beautiful bill for the Golden Dome was Palantir and Anduril and SpaceX for the Golden Dome. They
Yeah.
were like they're the three that were like the top bidders. Well, this dude, bro, he's the one who created the Oculus. And he was even talking about how there's cars that people get where they have to pay to get like heating and cooling. Like they have to pay to get their CarPlay to be able to use it.
They have to
So
like pay
they
a
have to
premium.
you're paying an extra subscription if you want to unlock that feature. And if you want to drive faster, you have to unlock that feature as well. So it has all the equipment and it can do it. It's just that you have to pay the subscription fee, the premium that you would already like they're basing everything off of this subscription model,
Yeah,
even
that
your
is the dumbest
cars.
fucking thing.
Oh, it's terrible. And that's a taste of kind of the future that we're talking about where you'll own nothing and be happy, but you won't be happy because you're going to have everything's going to be rented. Like, and I mean, you've heard the term nickel and diming. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That's kind of what comes to mind when it's like that. You're going to be like, what the fuck between this, that, everything's always just coming out all
Yeah,
the
dude.
time. That's a horrible
That's
world to live
stupid.
in.
And that just like only the people who are fucking loaded are gonna be able to do shit like that. And
Well, yeah,
people
like
who
they'll
are
have
pinching pennies.
drivers. Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be a totally different. They won't even have the same system as we will, as far as like they'll have drivers.
Mm.
It's just a different. I mean, I guess like they would own the car that drives itself and not have to pay any subscriptions on it because it's like they probably like half own the fucking stocks for the company or whatever, you
Yeah.
know, stakeholder in the Waze
They're
company.
so rich. They get fucking 24/7 AC.
Yeah, that's crazy. Is that like it's gonna be a privilege for like rich, and that's the Marxist thing where it's
Yeah.
like it makes you be like, well, that makes sense to do the Marxist destroying the rich, eat the rich, all that. That's Marxism. And so it makes sense to go that way whenever you think about what we're talking about. In that world, yeah, I mean, I could see people wanting to just
Yeah.
destroy it because they're like, fuck. But we should stop it before it gets to that point because right now, as it stands, we are free and have a constitution, at least as far as we can be.
Yeah. Cause dude, if that happens, people are gonna be like melting at red lights and shit. It's gonna be a
How so?
hot summer day. It's gonna be hundreds of degrees. It's gonna be a long red light, or they're gonna be stuck at a train or some shit. They're gonna be fucked. If it's not
Oh,
windy,
oh
we're
yeah.
over with.
Well, because everything's gonna be like the reason behind it's gonna be carbon, right? It's gonna be like, well, we can't just have every car running heat all the time. You know what I mean? So you gotta, now we'll mitigate that by people that pay premiums or people that don't even have that feature on their car and shit like that, right? It's
Bro.
crazy. That's a wild way to do things. But nations gone, property gone, religions disappeared. But the only religion that will stay around is the state religion, which is humanism or illuminism, the worship of the self. That and what it's gonna look great though, because it's gonna be like self-help yoga, go to the gym, Black Mirror, kind of like where everybody's got like the same routine of like, you wake up and you eat all the right amount of vitamins, and you've got the wearable that tells you exactly if you have an iron deficiency. So you pick
Mhm.
up a little, some cashews dispense on the way out the door that you grab, and everything's like automated and ready to go. And
Yeah.
so most people will be like, this is great and convenient. Everything's just handed to me. It's almost like you're just like a child. You just get everything handed to you. I've seen movies where it's like that, man. And that's like the best case scenario.
Yeah.
You know
That
what I
is kinda
mean? It
like the
doesn't
best case scenario.
it, yeah, remember the AI Palantir video we watched?
Yeah, that fucking bullshit.
Dude, but for real, think about it though, because that is kind of
It
what we're talking
I
about. It's
mean,
gonna be
like we were saying, the message behind it was true. It was just like, this is fake. But, like,
100%.
that is what's gonna happen.
Yeah. Crazy. Well, it says all county and state governments will be eliminated and replaced with a regional government or a patch, right? Like Curtis Yarvin talks about. We'll get, if you guys don't know, I don't know if whoever's on here listens to our normal show, but we do have a deep dive on the dark enlightenment and the accelerationism. Definitely check that out. That's where we deep dive Curtis Yarvin, his idea of a patchwork system where a CEO king would essentially run everything like a corporation.
Yeah.
And there would be different patches where different corporate kings would run that area a different way. And if you don't like it, you would go somewhere else. And, that is where all county and state governments would be eliminated and replaced with this patch or regional government. So these regional governments are kind of already in place, but you think about like Silicon Valley with they wanted to create like their own little country state or their country city.
Yeah.
It was like its own little country. That's what we're talking about here. What was that called? Was it Apex or what was that shit called? It was called like Apex. Look up it's like its own technological state city. The fuck, dude? It was like Tim Dillon was talking about it. Oh man.
Oh, yeah,
We
wasn't
brief
it didn't
we
we,
briefly went over that.
it was like Apex or some shit,
It
right?
was like PAXE or something like that. Either way, that I'll let you kind of look into that, see if you can find it. He also talks about there being no more cash, and this is back in the 90s, whenever this kind of sounds, yeah, okay. We were
Oh,
kind of starting to
yeah.
get did you find it?
Silicon mostly refers to Apex Partners' acquisition of Silicon Valley-based digital transformation company Infogain. Isn't that what it is?
Oh,
Or is it
that's
something else?
hilarious. No, no, no. That's so funny. No, that's something else. But I guess because I said Apex, it went straight to the Israel lobby APAC. That's hilarious. They're in everything. I mean, we know that. It's because of fucking Unit 8200 that they're connected with Silicon Valley. Hey, if anybody remembers, it's a if anybody in here remembers, it is a like these tech bros wanted to create a city where it was like its own country. I can't remember the name of it, but man, they like pretty much started to do it. But that's exactly what I'm talking about with Curtis Yarvin's patch system. But yeah, in the 90s, Bill Cooper was talking about there being no more cash. And that is pretty unrealistic back then, but nowadays we can kind of see it. And so again, I think he was just ahead of his time, man. So trade will be accomplished by a system of computer credits with accounts accessed through debit cards or computer chip implants. That's where we are pretty close now.
Yeah.
The cards or implants will be also serving as personal identification, driver's license, etc., which is this digital ID, biometric shit coming up. What did I see the other day? A bank. It was IBM or something, or not IBM, it was IBCM or something. It was a bank, and they had a fingerprint, and it said your fingerprint or your DNA is going to be your ID. And this was a bank that had that like poster.
Whoa.
Like, yeah, like an ad, but dystopian. Very dystopian.
Very weird.
You can even look it up. Bank fingerprint. This will be your ID, and you'll find it. It's kind of everywhere. I've been seeing it all over. So these cards or implants will serve as driver license, etc. And when this is completed, the human race will be shackled to a computer in a never-ending cycle of debt. No action or movement will ever again be private. And that is what the fuck we're trying to warn against. Part of my French. We're on YouTube. But that's what I worry about, dude. This whole rent everything, cycle of debt constantly, and everything you do is tracked and logged. So let's get to the fun, weird shit, because he starts to transition into the fun ideas that we like here. The plan for the creation of a socialist world government is protected by an artificial extraterrestrial threat from space. The entire UFO phenomenon and the ufology movement has been created to further the protection and activation of this plan. Within Majesty 12 is Operation Majority, justifying the plan by presenting an extraterrestrial threat as the reason for the necessity for world government, aka who speaks for planet Earth, Argentina, exactly the manner in which Stanton T. Friedman ends his UFO are real lectures. Oh, okay, I understand. Who speaks for the planet? Argentina? Question mark. Well, that is where the Nazis went, so. Operation Majority is named after the original Bolshevik party, which sparked the Russian Revolution. Bolshevik means the majority. The plan claim, and by the way, oh yeah, there is some drums in the back, isn't there? We lost one from the drums. Hold on a second here. Let me 1 second. So you just go ahead and hold it down.
So I was looking into this bank fingerprint thing that he had me look up. Let me see if I can share my screen here. Ooh, that's gonna look great on the recording.
Yeah, pull it up. Do you know how to do it? You just
Yep, it's a lot of jumping through shit. Can you see it?
You have to put it on the stage. Just go down there and add to stage, and it'll work.
I think
Hold
you
with
have to
us
do
1
it.
second. I could do that. Bang,
Alright, there we
bang,
go.
pow. There it is.
That's what we got.
All right, go to the images.
Well, images?
It was like a meme, but oh fuck. It was literally an ad. There was no
I
name in
couldn't
it.
find I couldn't find the meme you're talking about, but this is like a legit thing that's set up.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean they authenticate their people's identities for access to online accounts or in-person transactions.
Oh,
Also
yeah.
done at ATMs. But yeah, mobile banking, blah blah blah. Uses the internet, uses the fingerprint sensor already built into your phone. After initial setup, you can log into the app. In some cases, a physical fingerprint scanner may be used at a branch to verify a customer's identity, especially for certain transactions like cashing a check.
Yeah, they're just slow rolling it. It's coming. It's
Yeah.
all right.
I had
Well,
I had something on there that said something about Wells Fargo and shit, like Bank of America or something.
oh yeah. Did you had to do that?
Oh, I found that the first time, but now it's gone.
Hold on one second. Okay, so yeah, right here he talks about this was kind of cool. So Operation Majority is tied in with Majestic 12, and Operation Majority he ties to the Bolsheviks, and the Bolshevik means the majority, and so he's saying that he's claiming that the plan claims that if the American people are ever told of this extraterrestrial presence, aliens will destroy the United States. All who have access to the plan or who inadvertently discover the plan are silenced by that warning. They believe in the government and thus believe that the extraterrestrial. So here's what matters though. These dupes do not know that the Illuminati are the aliens who plan to destroy the United States of America in any event because Operation Majority, that is the Bolsheviks, that is the Illuminati, communistic, like cult that he's pointing out is all the same thing.
Yeah.
And so he's saying that they're creating this belief in aliens and this extraterrestrial threat so people will believe in it and go with this new world religion as well. And that's why aliens, what do they say? All these aliens that people, talk to, it's always we have to take care of the planet. It's like this Agenda 2030 shit. Everything the Agenda 2030 says. Climate control, population control,
Yeah.
all the things that, so it's very clearly this mind conditioning towards getting people okay with this new way of living. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I was trying to get that out in a way that made sense. So the natural skepticism of reporters ensures that anyone who believes in extraterrestrial visitation or who links the so-called alien threat with the coming world government will be ridiculed and discredited. When I saw the Operation Majority while serving in the Navy, this is Bill Cooper talking, I believed that the alien threat was real just like everyone else. It was not until I had performed many years of research that I was able to fully understand exactly what it was I had seen. It was extremely difficult for me to believe that my government and the United States Navy had used me, especially since I had dedicated my life to the government and military service. The plan is real, the extraterrestrial threat is fake. The threat is presented through the use of secret technology originally developed by the Germans in their secret weapons program during World War II by geniuses like Nikola Tesla and many others, which we talk about extensively on this show. That is the breakaway civilization, the parallel, like fucking underground technology that they're hiding. Man, dude, we 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 haven't missed once, Justin. That's just, a little pat on the back. Sometimes it's okay.
Hell yeah.
Military and government personnel who have access to this material believe it is real. None of them, however, has ever seen any evidence of the existence of the extraterrestrial creature, nor any advanced technology, other than that of the human origin. It is not what they see that convinces them it is the extraterrestrial in origin, but the manner in which it is presented. It is extremely difficult, if not impossible, to believe that the top secret government or military documentation could be lies. So all of the so-called leaks are intentional misinformation projects designed to promote the alien threat scenario while allowing for complete deniability of on the part of the government, which is So that's why
Mhm.
I don't believe in the ufology movement very much. I think it is definitely this.
Yeah.
So most of those. So I'm going to skip over a lot of. He gets real deep into all the different psyops that they ran, all the people that are involved, like William Moore, Linda Howe, Art Bell, Glenn Campbell, all this stuff. But anyway, he's got Exhibit A, B, C, D, E for the Royal Institute. What is this? Well, I want to know what Exhibit A is. Oh, can't be found. That's the thing, bro. So a lot of the stuff, like
Wow.
it'll be like error can't be
Yeah.
found. So he'll have a link to some shit where you can like try to verify it and it's gone. So all you get is his shit because it hasn't been wiped out yet, but that's it.
Right.
I found that a lot with a lot of the stuff I've looked up. So I can only go so far with verifying, but it'll be a website that was there and then it's wiped out. What was in there is gone. It's irritating.
Mm.
It kind of confirms to me that they're just hiding shit
Yeah.
every time. So let's see what else we can find here. So I just want to go through the Majesty document only because I feel like nobody talks about this Majesty document. It's always about the Majestic 12, and nobody knows about the what I believe where it came from. Because he even talks about the fact that the threat of aliens is fake and that the technology is real. And they didn't want anybody knowing that, bro. So what did? They doubled down on the fact that it is us, or it's not us, and it's aliens. You know what I mean? So the artificial threat is further advanced through mind control programming of Marxists and communists in Hollywood, radio, television, advertising, publishing houses, the ufology movement, and in the complete control of the Illuminati and the intelligence community. The fear is instilled through the incidental use of terror inspired by the cattle and animal mutilation, like what's it called? What's that ranch? Skinwalker. It's right next to a fucking Air Force base.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? And they got they'll have like a cattle, it's like mutilated. It's bullshit. You know what I mean? It's
Fuck.
nothing that we couldn't do ourselves.
Yeah.
You know? Like it had to be an alien. Crazy.
There had to have been. You don't know aliens do that?
Yeah, right. Low-level radiation so-called alien abduction scenario induced by the state-of-the-art and extremely sophisticated mind control operations. Back into silent weapons, baby. What did I say? These abductions are mind control experiments, dude. 100% mass mind control. Let's get these motherfuckers in there and get them to believe that they're getting abducted by aliens.
And that light that they see from the bottom of the UFO is just a operating light getting close to their face.
Yeah, and remember back in the day whenever they had just regular yellow lights?
Yeah.
There was no LED lights. Imagine a bright ass, big ass LED light in your face when you've never experienced that kind of light before,
They
right?
got Men in Black for real.
Yeah, and I mean, dude, think about it. Cause like I watched a movie recently. We were watching something. I'm like, dude, do you think that back then it was different? Because people look different. I'm like, is it the lighting? Is it because there's only the yellow lights? Or is it that people literally, is it the cameras? Or is it that people really actually, like, it was different? I know
Yeah.
it seems weird, but like, it really looks too different to be the cameras and the lights. It's got to be something else.
I know the lights do play a big factor in it, though. As
Yeah,
far as like movies and shit go.
and that's what made me think about the alien and the LED UFO shit. Because I'm like,
Yeah.
if all you're used to is the dull light and then you get hit with this LED shit you've never seen before,
Hella lumens.
you're going to be like, that's God, you know?
Yeah.
That's like a light we can't produce here, you know? Oh, you're going to love this. Ready? The
Oh, yeah.
propaganda attack against the American people continues through movies like Star Wars with Luke Skywalker, aka Apollo and Osiris, the son of a widow, an initiate who goes in the search of himself, the secret lost word or the great work. And then the Jedi Knight Darth Vader, aka Osiris, the Sun Father or Apollo, Lucifer, master of the Force. He really breaks it down. Who has gone over the dark side, separates the princess Leia, Isis, Moon, Church from the doctrine, illumination. Luke falls in love with Leia and begins a sexless but spiritual relationship with the princess. That's a wild thing to say. The mystic produces the child Horus. So he's saying that Luke and Leia produce Horus. Holy shit. Which in the movie it personified in the illumination of Luke, transforming him into an adept or priest. he embarks upon a quest in the Millennium Falcon to rescue Princess Leia. Anyway, so yeah, he's getting deep, dude. He gets deep.
Damn.
He destroys Star Wars, dude. He really does. He reestablishes the Order of the Knights, aka the God Race, producing chaos, rebellion, and establishing of the new dawn of the horizon, the new age, the new Atlantis, a new world order, a socialist utopian world. And that is what he's talking about, where they're seeding our mind with that part.
Mm.
Same message as in The Lion King, but this motion picture goes even further, revealing the true malevolence of this deception. The hyenas portray what the order considers to be the useless eaters in the world. Wow. The lion is the symbol of the tribe of Judah and so-called Israel. Christian identity, British Israel, international Zionism, and Anglo-Aryan race. These are the people that are doing this, by the way. That's how he lumps them all together. Is Christian identity, British Israel, international Zionism, and the Anglo-Aryan race are the people that are kind of doing all this. Which
Yeah.
makes sense if you really look at each of those groups, like the royal family, the Anglo-American fucking Rothschild family, whatever. And then you have the Zionist. Like that all goes together 100%.
Yeah.
Don't even think you understand any of this as important. It is only a manipulation through which the Illuminati plans to wrest complete control of the world. In other words, total bullshit. He put this in his book. The true history reveals that King David was never the ruler of the nation of Israel, but conquered Israel as the king of Judah. It was the war into which he was set off, the husband of the Bathsheba, to be killed in the forefront of the battle. Anyway, he's getting all deep into the, because dude, he gets deep in this symbology with like these movies like The Lion King, and I mean there is a lot of that though, you
Yeah.
know, like we talked about that before, where like hoodwink is where you show the adepts the exoteric story where it's just like lions, whereas they understand the deep shit, which is what he kind of deciphers here.
Right. Damn, I'm still kind of hung up on Star Wars. It's kind of wild.
Bro, he went hard on that. Luke Skywalker. I mean, think about it, dude. He's not
What
wrong.
he said Darth Vader as Lucifer, dude. It's way deeper than that, dude.
It is deep, dude. That's some wild shit. Yeah. Vader, who imparts knowledge. What does it say here? Who imparts knowledge, resulting in Luke finding the Holy Grail. With the knowledge, he succeeds in reuniting the Force with Princess Leia, with reestablishing the Order of the Jedi Knights, producing. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I don't know. He gets deep, dude. Anyway, crazy. Who among you really believes that all of a sudden, for no reason whatsoever, young children all over you, over the nation, pick up firearms and decide to murder their parents, classmates, and teachers? How many of you realize that this majority of these children are receiving treatments like hypnosis and drugs from mental health professionals?
Mm.
That's facts. How many of you realize that this is the same mental health professional who have created the alien abduction and abused children phenomenon, which has surged across the nation? How many of you have realized that the so-called mental health professionals are self-confessed Marxists? When are you going to stop being ignorant, sheeple? Have you ever asked yourself why these incidents always happen before legislators must vote on important gun legislation?
Mm-hmm.
Or whenever the Epstein files are up for talk about,
Yeah.
like with the Charlie Kirk shit. Wow. He laid that shit out, dude. That's real shit. To make interstellar travel, let's go past that. So yeah, that's crazy. We'll get into that. He's got some moon shit. It's getting into the moon landing. I think we can kind of stop. This might be a little bit of a shorty as far as that goes, but
Yeah.
that is some deep dive right there with Bill Cooper, dude. I mean,
That motherfucker really breaks it down, dude. I'm gonna have to read this shit for myself.
yep, yep. Because yeah, we can only go through so much, really. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't like I don't want to make it boring by just reading the whole thing, but I get, make sure the important shit comes out. We break it down. I'm going to try to get back to where we were in the actual book because that was just the Majesty 12 document.
Mm-hmm.
It was like off to the side. We were like halfway through the book, I think. Not quite. Yeah. We just about were actually. Because he goes through a lot of legislations like we talked about in that one.
Yeah.
He talks about it forever, so like this one, Anti-Drug Abuse Act of 1988. He talks about that for like a whole chapter. It's like I'm never gonna go through that. Like this is the type of stuff you guys are gonna have to check out, right? But here's a good one. This is what I was gonna talk about. Test case for the police state. Are the sheep ready to shear? Is the question. Gary North recently wrote about one of the scariest pieces of socialistic police state legislation to arrive on the scene to date. On January 1st, 1991, so this is a while back, a new 96-page state law goes into effect in Oklahoma where it requires residents to declare everything they own to the tax collector. Everything. Guns, coins, art collection, furniture, business equipment, bank accounts. Forms will be distributed through banks. Any taxpayers who refuse to fill out the form will submit. So, I mean, he's saying that this is police state shit, you know, because like he remembers when shit was normal.
Yeah.
Can you imagine like now we're like used to it, how it is now, but being like somebody like watching it go this way and being like, don't even do it. And then now it's like, fuck, we're halfway there, you know? You know how
Yeah.
hard it is to stop something when it's already fucking halfway there? Pretty hard.
Yeah, dog.
Invest in a good gun to be standing on your porch with the gun in hand when they pay you a visit. That's the investment. In what? Okay. It is. He's a wild boy, dude. Will they get away with this blatant disregard for civil and constitutional rights? That is exactly the reason for law to find out if it will meet with strong or violent opposition. If the citizens of Oklahoma lie down and allow this to happen, then you can bet everyone else in the nation is going to be subjected to the same or similar law. It is time to draw the line. Time to make a decision and carry them out. It is time to resist at all costs. The penalty for failing to do so is slavery. It is not time for rebellion. It is time for restoration. The Constitution must be again as it once was, the supreme law of the land. Federalism is treason. Stand up and fight. This is all in all caps.
Mm.
Hey, you know what?
Whoa.
Real
That
shit, bro.
motherfucker was fucking going
Hey,
when he was
I agree
writing
with
this
that.
shit, cause
Bro, that last sentence I agree with. But yeah, dude, he fucking got to he didn't play around.
he was like, dude, the words they just keep flowing.
Yep. Yeah, I think we can end there, dude. You guys, what do you think? I mean, it is time.
Yeah,
It is enough, dude. Time to stand up. I mean, what we had the no king shit over the weekend. You know, people out here doing that shit. And, you know, it's funny that people don't realize this is the first time in a long time that there's a lot of people on the right and left that do agree with each other, but they're too busy not paying attention to what they agree with. I'm telling you, I've never seen this many people that I agree with that are on the right and left. And what I mean is, a lot of people on the right and left are against Israel for what they're doing. A lot of people on the right and left are against what Trump's doing. A lot of people. So there's a lot of people that are against the same shit, but I don't think enough of them are talking. I think people need to get out there and talk more because I'm telling you, it is the tides are changing, and that's why Israel is buying all of the social media accounts to try and recapture the young generation because everybody our age sees it, right or left.
Yep.
People that are more conservative or not, it doesn't matter. People that are like 30 and younger, they see what's going on a little bit more than most people. People that are over 30, they pretty much are in their camps of like right or left and whatever, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't think that everybody's that culty when it comes to like our generation. But I'm telling you, dude, I think that it is, if any time is a good time for people to come back together a little bit with some shit and maybe overturn some shit, it's now. Because yeah, for real. Because I'm
Yeah.
telling you, a lot of those people that were at those no king shit, those were people that were on both sides because they don't want the police state You know what I mean? They don't want, well, maybe not the no king shit necessarily, but there's a
Yeah.
lot of people that like for me, for myself, I know for a fact that like I don't want to go to that at all.
No.
But I do see what they see as far as like I see what's wrong too, you know?
Right.
But it's just I don't see it in the way they do as far as like they take it to this next level of communist fucking you know, that he was talking about,
Yeah.
the Marxist shit. And I'm like, no, wait. Like he said, we need a restoration. The Constitution needs to be the supreme law of the land.
Yeah.
That's it. That's it. That's all.
That
Book club,
simple.
the agenda. That's
Hell
simple.
yeah.
We fucking you know, had to get that Majesty 12 document out the way, and most of the book is read. I mean, I do want to get that Learned Elders of Zion chapter out. We definitely need to read that. It's like a Zionist chapter where he breaks that down.
Okay.
Otherwise, let's go into this glossary or index or whatever the fuck it's called and see what else we'll be missing here. We had a couple people chilling, probably just hanging back and listening. You know, that's cool. Hey, nothing wrong with that. We're just
Hell yeah.
going through some shit, you know.
I was one of them.
Oh, nice. Hell yeah.
I have it up on my other monitor.
He's fucking keeping our numbers up. You know, Justin,
yeah,
one thing
dude.
about Justin is he's looking out for 6G agenda. He's
I'm the
looking out for
one.
us. You know, we don't got people on YouTube like that. They're
Nah.
not it's not like people are getting notifications like, oh, we're on. Maybe they are. Okay, so yes, and yes. AIDS, New World Order, U.S. government drug development, and the protocols of the Elders of Zion. That's coming up next week, along with
AIDS.
and that's it. Yeah, AIDS. I put that out first. Well, we kind of did. We kind of did get into the AIDS thing, you know, the biowarfare part. So we'll
Yeah.
probably be going into the Learned Elders of Zion document is what we'll probably go into next week, and we're gonna call it a day, okay? And then we're gonna move on
Yeah.
to a new book. We're gonna be putting a poll out. Fuck, how are we gonna do that? I'm gonna put a poll out. I'm gonna put it in our Patreon.
Well, you can put it across platforms and just get the
I can't put it
averages
across
because we
platforms.
got different people on different platforms.
I'll put it on this episode for Spotify. You will have a poll at the end of this episode. I would love it if you guys, you know, partook. And yeah, so we're gonna get a couple book ideas out. Tragedy and Hope. Fuck. Secret Teachings of All Ages. That would take forever, but that would be so fun to do.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Secret Teachings of All Ages. Do I have it next to me? Where's it at? Come on. I know it is. Come on. No, it's upstairs. I keep it
Well,
next to me. I
it'll be
keep it
on the
next to me.
poll.
It's one of those books I keep next to me all the time
Yeah.
because I love looking in it and referencing it. It's a great book.
Hmm.
All right, we'll see you all next week. Appreciate you coming.
Fuck yeah.
Later. Oh yeah, I gotta end this one. You don't end this one. We're out.
I stopped my recording though, so that would